One of the best-known fashion influencers and media personalities is songwriter, actor, fashion guru, choreographer, and media personality Fonzworth Bentley. He's best known for his dapper style and gentleman presentation, and for his media and musical associations with P. Diddy, Andre 3000, and Kanye West. Fonzworth is credited as a pioneer for adding the formal style of suits and dapper attire more commonly seen in hip-hop today as a key part of many artists' presentations. Fonzworth Bentley was born with the name Derek Watkins in Atlanta, Georgia on February the 13th in 1974. His middle-class upbringing could definitely be said to be a strong influence on who Fonzworth ended up becoming. In an interview with Vulture, he spoke on how his upbringing shaped his gentleman persona. I can tell you a quick story about how I ended up in etiquette school. When I was young, it was a habit of mine to push my food onto my fork. My mama said, "You know, if you keep doing that, you're going to etiquette school." Sure enough, she sent me to class, and it was freaking horrible. Now fast forward to my sophomore year at Morehouse College. Evan Cosby, Bill Cosby's daughter, was a freshman, and she invited a group of us to her house. Towards the end of dinner, Bill looked at me and said, "I like the way you use your cutlery." Man, I didn't even know he was watching. I got up from the table, called my mama, and said, "Mama, thank you for sending me to etiquette school that summer. You never know who's watching." His father was a professor at Morehouse College, which is also more than likely another reason for his attendance. His mother, Harriet Watkins, is a Spelman graduate in her own right. While in school, he majored in biology and was a good athlete as he performed in track and cross country. He thought that he wanted to become a medical professional. However, once his junior year of college arrived, he realized medicine was not for him and decided to pursue a career in entertainment. At this moment, he decided he would first try his hand at becoming a MTV VJ, video jockey, looking up to Idolist D. Leon and Bill Bellamy, considering them movie stars. This had been something he aspired to do his whole life. He auditioned for the gig, but unfortunately would not even make it past the first round of competition. But Fonzworth wasn't discouraged and went back to the drawing board to replan. While looking for a career in show business in the meantime, he found work at Ralph Lauren Polo Store inside of the well-known Atlanta shopping center, Lenox Mall. It was here where Fonzworth would meet the man that would change his life. While working, Fonzworth met world-famous producer P. Diddy. The two hit things off, and eventually Fonzworth was hired as Diddy's personal assistant and valet in New York City. This is the beginning of Fonzworth's entertainment career. Diddy's team felt his image needed to be repaired after some legal troubles, and Fonzworth was seen as a valuable asset in this regard. Once he was hired by Diddy, that is where he got his stage name. He is said to have nicknamed him Fonzworth in reference to the character of the same name from the 1975 film Let's Do It Again, after he loved one of his outfits, while the Bentley part of his name came from another label executive at Bad Boy. From the beginning of his career, everyone could see that Fonzworth was an extremely clean, well-shaven, and sharply dressed individual. These attributes became part of his signature public persona and provided much of the content and knowledge he is known for. According to a biography by Pooja Bentwal, the time period in which Fonzworth dressed the way that he did made a difference, as it made him stand out. An excerpt from the article states, "Bentley was not only Diddy's butler, but he was also a well-dressed man in hip-hop in the early 2000s. Bentley wore Ralph Lauren even before Kanye West made it popular and fashionable. When Jay-Z was still wearing throwback jerseys and fitted headwear, Bentley wore button-ups. His unique presentation relative to the time period helped separate him from others and create his own lane. A part of his former presentation in his trademark umbrella, which became famously associated with him after his reality TV show appearances on Diddy's hit series, Making the Band in 2003. That same year, he made his acting debut after landing a small role in the cult classic film, Honey, starring Jessica Alba. After endearing himself to audiences with his wit, charm, and charisma, Fonzworth was set now to become a popular celebrity in his own right. In addition to several other film roles, he bolstered his public image as a fashion and image consultant. His wealth of knowledge on public presentation, fashion, and decorum was sought after by large segments of the community. In 2007, he penned his etiquette book entitled Advance Your Swagger: how to use manners, confidence, and style to get ahead. After building an organic following and brand of his own, Fonzworth would go on to produce his own reality show, From G's to Gents, which premiered in 2008. The show was centered around making men perceived as gangster-like into men who were more gentleman-like, similar to Charm School series that was a spin-off from Flavor of Love series. As previously mentioned, the multi-talented Bentley not only has contributions on screen, but in music as well. Some of his earliest noted musical contributions are appearances on the band's 2002 album, Too Hot for TV, and Outkast album, Speaker Box, The Love Below. He also had a role in Kanye West's music video, The New Workout Plan. In 2011, he released his debut album, Colors, and has writing credits on Kanye West's albums Yeezus and The Life of Pablo, with whom he is a frequent collaborator. Once things began moving in the right direction professionally for Fonzworth, he decided it was time to get his personal life situated. In 2007, he began dating fellow actress and entertainer Fawn Chambers, who is known for her roles in Epic Movie, White Chicks, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. In 2010, the couple were married and have 2 children, Daniel and Zoe, and are still married today. There aren't many details on the couple's marriage, as they seem to value extreme privacy. Giving back in education is something Bentley is passionate about, as well as he gives lectures at various colleges and universities around the world. In more recent times, Fonzworth has continued to find steady work in a number of culturally significant projects. He choreographed and orchestrated the very first promo trailer for the Black-ish spinoff, Grownish. Fonzworth and P. Diddy have seemingly remained friends throughout the years into recent times. Bentley has won awards for his entertainment industry contributions. This includes a Guild of Music Supervisors Award for Best Song Recording for Television in 2014, and he won an MTV VMA Award for his choreography on Kanye West's Fade video. The range of media talent and entertainment expertise of Fonzworth is greatly demonstrated by the diversity of his careers. He seems to have a knack for knowing how to bring the best style, swagger visuals, and presentation, something a top-notch gentleman would definitely specialize in. As mentioned before, Bentley's most notable contribution to hip-hop culture has been fashion. He is credited with bringing the gentleman presentation to the swagger of hip-hop. He references himself as the Penguin, which he explains in the Vulture interview. I've always been with the Penguins. I wrote a song for my upcoming album called The Penguin. The way I look at it, the Penguin is the flyest bird. He wears a tuxedo every day, but he can't fly. But what if he tried? I'm going to represent the Penguin that can really fly. 2 years after I wrote the song, March of the Penguins came out, and let me tell you, I was there opening weekend. I was one of the few. But I was there, first row, for March of the Penguins. That was confirmation for me that things coming up in my writing subject matter made sense. He helped diversify the image of mainstream hip-hop and shattered a lot of popular stereotypes about hip-hop culture in the process. In the 2004 interview with Christian M. Shainsvold with the Los Angeles Times, he states, "The reality is, hip-hop being a driving force in pop culture. If you look at the Grammys, the guy who got the most nominations was a hip-hop guy. Kanye doesn't dress like a traditional hip-hopper guy. He's wearing polos and flipping the collars up with cashmere sweaters. I just like being dressed, and I feel comfortable being dressed. You really dress for the type of success that you want to be." In the same interview, Fonzworth was asked about being called a social reformer, to which he answered, "I definitely want to bring about change. And the reality is, I think people in the public eye don't want to embrace that they're role models. When I sign an autograph, I never just put my name. I always put follow your dreams, stay focused in school. Just find somebody with an autograph of mine and you will see that. And it takes a lot longer to do that, trust me. The people that say I'm in it for self-promotion, whatever, they should be the first people to get my book.